guys, welcome back. So here's my box that I got to modify a little bit. So I got two little holes here and they fit in really pretty tight to begin with because Wing did a phenomenal job, but when I put these cables to here, I don't want them coming out, so I bought these tiny little screws here that I'm just gonna put down in. So if I just go down one step down from the hole and just drill a little bit, okay, just drill a little bit through. Hopefully that will be enough where that catches in there and it'll hold it. I mean, I can glue it also, which I might do. Let's see how well this goes in first. And I might glue the bottom too, so. See, that'll hold it in. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just glue the bottom, then put these little nuts down in there, and that way it'll hold, it'll never come out. I mean, even with that, I think that'll, I don't even think I'll have to glue it. I just think I have to drill out those and then just put that down there, because that's in there pretty good. These, and I got two more here. This one moves a little bit more. Let's get that down in there where it needs to be. Oh, and then this little bracket right here. I'll have to cut this off a little bit because I need that controller to go in there. So when I put this in there, you can see that it's in the way. So before I put those holes in there, I need to cut this section away just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down also. Get that out of the way. So I need to do that first. So let's pull that, and I need to cut away a little of that plastic, a little bit of that plastic. All right, that'll work. That'll work for that. That way I know that cable can get in and out of there. Because that cable is what it plugs into here and it goes to that steering box. Okay. So that should be enough. For that cable right there to go in. So let's go ahead and put this up here. I need to really get a workbench one day. I need a bigger garage. So that, let's see, that goes down that way. So see, that'll plug into there. So I have to cut it out just a little bit along there. To make it fit nice and flush. I might have to have Wing. I think I got this upside down. I think I need to. I think I'm gonna have to have it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might have to have him build it this way. Oh, it fits in there. just like that anyway. So let's look. So if it goes this way, that'll work. Cool. I'll just go that way. That way it will work better. So I'll just flip it over, and that way I can get to it in and out. Cool. Sweet. This back. This is just all for prepping ahead of time, you know. Just because I need to plan ahead on everything. That way it's just going to be plug and play when I actually just go to it. So see, that goes in there. I wonder if that other end disconnects. No. That unit's different, so okay. So with this, these wires, I want these wires hidden a little bit, so they're going to come in. I'll probably just wrap them up right into here like that. That way they're just out of the way. And just put a little zip tie on there, on that tab. So those ones will be out of the way. Maybe it'll come underneath something like that. I don't know. Okay. Of course, then we have for the controller. So then these two will go in here, connect into here, and then I got to widen out that for I can put here the little knob. And then of course that's power, and well, ignition. I do believe ignition. I got the instructions, but I do believe it's ignition and ground. Yeah, so the first thing I need to do is glue that down. Okay. That way I can plug everything in and out of it. Alright, get the hot glue gun, get this out of the way. And then I can put the attachments on this. And run these wires to the power and the negative ground. That doesn't want to come out. There we go. So then from there, I'll go ahead and run the wires and put a good ends on them. Alright, so I glued this and this down, so I'm gonna just put some glue down here just to kind of give it a little extra strength. Alright. And then put this on. Get these pushed down in. And then get these screws put in. And this should really never move. Okay. The hot glue is doing its thing. Now that should move ever. So yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna move. Unless I get really manhandled. Plug this in. run these wires up through here. And we need them out of the way like that. See if I can tuck these under and around. There, just like so. Just tuck them right here too, that way everything's nice and tight. Alright. So then that way I have room for that one there. And then of course I got these wires. The gray and yellow need to come up and follow along the same path, so tuck them in the same way. Okay, and then these two, we'll go ahead and see if we can put them through that little square there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little square right in here. We're going to see if we can get them up to come up through. And that will hold those in place there. And then we can adjust whatever length we need later. It's just routing the wires. Go. All right, let's do this again. Oop. Let's see if we can put a little. There we go. A little bit of a bend in the wires a little bit. That way just kind of conform a little bit. There we go. All right, so now that can hook up. Of course, this one. So then battery positive, battery negative. So see, now I got to mark the ends here, snip them off to where I need to be, and then put on the end there. This is, it looks like, I don't know, I mean it's a pretty thick wire. It looks like a 10 gauge. So let me see what I got for all right, so there's my test fitting. Of course I haven't crimped it down or anything, so that's a 10 gauge. And that fits right there on, like, really nice. Okay, so I wanted to get the measurement there. I just want to make sure that that's going to fit properly. So now I'll go ahead. I'm just going to cut. Right to here. Try to get a little more. So that right there is going to cut that one. Oh, jeez. Okay. And on this one, same thing. So I want to right up to there. Oh man, come on. Okay. That way there's gonna be no slack at all in that. Now I can pull it off and do it up off, off the thing. So, all right, so roughly it's going to look like that. So I'm going to put the heat shrink on there, of course, and that way we never forget which wire goes to where, just in case. You never know, So anyway, that's the purpose of that. And once we get a heat shrunk on there, that'll look pretty nice. Of course, I'll have positive on this one. Ooh. Alright, so that's how I'll be basically hidden, and then I'll have my big terminals that go from the the main ground and all that. So this will be really grounded really nice, and I'll have all the other grounds up front tap into this, and then of course the power, and then the power from the so the power, what it does is it comes into the starter, okay, and then from the starter that wire is going to come up and go into a fuse right here. So basically that just became my fusible link. So I put the main power right here, and then this is a bus right through here. So then this will be all bust, and then this will have a power, because we have a main fuse there, and then we'll have a few more buses that we need, and there's an extra fuse in case I need something. But the main fuse will go into there. That way, no more fusible link. I'll have a fuse here, and then, like I said, this will be. I'll have to look at my wiring diagram again, but I don't think I'm gonna need that, because the main power coming in will feed this, and that's gonna be our connection right there anyway. So that's gonna be our fuse right there. So that will do that. That will work for that. And then of course we got our positive right here, and then of course we can make a terminal off here. And I might, if there's any, any other ones, let me say like off my fuse box here, maybe I'll tap into that one right there or whatever. And so now we just got to figure out, I got to figure out where I'm going to put that in the car. Kind of got a rough idea. And then once I get that kind of installed where I want it, where I want it, and then I'll figure out where I'm going to put this. I was originally just going to put this on top. I don't think that's going to look right. So I want this in first to see how much room I got, because I can always move this somewhere else if need be. So that's what we're going to do now, is figure out where I'm going to mount this big box here. All right, so I'm going to put it down somewhere in there. Because this is where all my wires are going to tap into. So stuff around a little bit here down here. So I'm thinking I want it kind of up higher, or I could go down lower too. I know you can't see, or I can go down lower, but if I go down lower, the cables aren't really going to fit. So I think I'm just going to put it right here, right up top here. So if I drill a hole, get one started, then maybe we can make that work. come up a little bit higher. All right, so that's what it looks like installed in there, kind of hidden away. I got to figure out where I'm going to put that the fuse box, but now I can run these cables right here, and then this power wire. I can run, you know, figure out my length and bring it right up to where I need it. Here's a wire holder I need to bend back over. So I need to find out the length I want for here, and then adjust for that. This particular wire, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna run these two, get these ones to where they're the right length, okay, and get those in place. And that way, actually, I can move it back a little bit. Hold on. Look at that. Yeah, that's gonna be better. That way, I don't have to adjust that one at all. Then this one, I can just bend a little bit right there. God, sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera and do things at the same time. So this one, I can chop a little bit off right there. And this one, I think what I want to do is I want to keep that length there. And then this one I'll adjust accordingly. That way it just goes right there and attaches. So, all right. And then we can take those off and do those properly. Get those in place. And then, like I said, then this one, and then my fuse box. So I'll get those in place. And of course I still have to take this box out. So I'm just roughly getting the wires where I need placed. And then once the main big wires are in, then the fuse box, I need to figure out where the fuse box is going to go. All right, so that's what it looks like in there. That one wire is just comes over to the starter. I haven't hooked that one up yet, but you can see I hooked up the two other wires and got them in place. So now I got that. I have enough room for that lid. I'm gonna put the fuse box on top of the lid. So I have to modify this lid a little bit before I go any further. That's gonna be the hole for the dial, for the electric steering. So that has to be milled down a little bit. And then these two holes right here is where this is going to go on, like that. And then that way all the wires will be hidden. Then I can wire everything up that way, and make whatever connections I need to. But that way I get everything coming off there, and it'll be just a nice clean run. So then I can run this wire over, figure out my connections, and just button it all up and put it back together. So that's basically what I'm going to be waiting on. Is I have to see if I can get Wing to 3D print that one piece. So okay, we're going to leave off right there, but you can kind of see how it hides everything. I'm going to run the wires up along here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and around. Now I have plenty of wires going this way, and then wrap it and come down and around. That way there'll be so much wires so much length that it won't matter. And I think that will make things really cleaned up down there. So really all you'll see is this wire, of course the one wire going across the top there, and I'll go across the top and come down and figure out my wiring that way. Yeah, but we're gonna leave off there. Almost getting there. So we're almost there. And yeah. All right, guys, thanks for staying with me here, and see you next time.